Hello, my soul tribe. Welcome to my channel. I am Celeste TT Tarot, and this is going to be the birthday spread for Capricorn. I am late. We are now in Pisces season, but I don't look at that as being late. I look at that as being right on time. Because my fellow Capricorns, we are been busy working. I like to look at us, and I say us because I am a Capricorn, January 13th. So most people would be like, well, wouldn't you be like on time or whatever for your sign? Honestly, if you know anything about my sign or anything about us, we're always working, always on the go. And I was on vacation. So for those of you who are like thinking about, going on vacation, enjoying yourself, living life, okay? That's what we're all about. Fellow Capricorn that always inspires me, Aaliyah, taken out too quickly. She was way before her time. I got our sage burning right here, and probably see that light on the corner there to clear out the energy. But I was just getting a feeling of like people trying to figure out what we got going on, and a lot of people have been like, these readings have been like that. As you know, Capricorn season, they say start the new year, end the new year, but that is with the human made calendar. And I would like to say that we are the start of the clearing of the karma, and all those karmic contracts, karmic loops, whatever you want to call it. So at the end of the day, we're our sign. If you look at our sign, it's shaped like a no. So we're literally like no. So I would like to call us the foundations of the zodiac, because regardless if they want to admit it or not, they're the ones who said that Jesus Christ, which is Yahshua to me, was born on December 30th. That would make him a Capricorn, square within our season. So therefore, if he was the foundation of which you can only go through him for salvation, guess what? That would make us that foundation, okay? So if you know, you know. I have here for our reading the Spellcasters Tarot, okay? The Oracle of Gaia, because obviously we're earth signs. And I also was pulled to pull the Tarot of Orishas. Now the crazy thing is, I had these cards like completely ready before I went on vacation, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should do it while I'm on vacation. I was just too busy, I could not. So I'm like, yeah, there was probably something that the Most High did not want us to get out. The divine, our beautiful Yahweh, that is his name. So that's his name. Definitely wear it out. He loves it. But don't come in with no disrespectful stuff, because watch your mouth. And a lot of people are, I like to say, F around and find out. So they're finding out. We are in the year of the fire horse, they say. We are also in the year of one, or they like to say zero, because 2026, obviously, if you look at other calendars like the Ethiopian calendar, they are not in that year. But there's some interesting things going on. So the song that I've been channeling is I Refuse. And I think that's very appropriate for our season, is I Refuse by Aaliyah. And the part that stuck out with to me is when she goes, this is where I got to draw the line, 'cause I refuse to let you think you can play with my mind. Always seems that you think that I'm blind, 'cause there's always was a time when you're hard to find. You're on the go, I'm on the go, we're on the go. I can't catch you no more, can't see you no more, and no longer can be ignored. 'Cause once upon a time it was you I adore. You disappeared and left me here out in the cold, and the absence of you is hurting my soul. No longer can be ignored. 'Cause there's always was a time, I don't know, like that part fades out and then it hits it. I refuse to have one more sleepless night. I refuse to let a tear flow from my eye. I refuse to continue to try. In fact, I felt like I would die, I would break down and cry. I refuse to let you walk back through that door. I refuse to let you hurt me anymore. I refuse to continue to ignore the fact I felt like I would flow when I fell down to the floor, something like that. So anyway, it's just different parts that just keeps popping in. Like, no, no, I can't take it, baby. No way, I can't take it, baby. No way, 'cause I refuse to take it anymore. And then our other fellow Cappy, Mary J. Blige, has been like on point. What she got going on. So yeah, we not about to. I was not about to give away whatever we had going on because I feel like it was such a critical period. Like, and I am wearing my ghost sweater, so I'm definitely in Capricorn energy. I'm always in Capricorn energy. I feel like it's the only way I can actually get it done, even though our minds work so crazy and people have a very hard time understanding us. It's like, what? You're an earth sign, but like, what? Like, what? And it's like, it's none of your business. Like, mind your business. Mind the business that pays you, because I'm definitely minding what's paying me. I'm definitely obedient to the Most High. It's funny I said that, and it was money right there. So the money's actually being cleansed on the table. And I actually explained this to somebody today, right? I explained that this is rent money anyway. I had explained that, I cleanse my money. So some of you, if you're the type of Cappy that's abundant or whatever, you need to get into practices of cleansing, because we are the clearers, the foundations that clear out the karmic cycles. So when I say get into the habit of cleansing, I like to burn incense or sage, clear out all the negative energies, and I put the money on my altar to the Most High. And why I do that? Because, we spend all of our day, all of our time, every waking moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically being a slave to the system, in a sense, right? Like, it's not that you don't have a divine purpose or whatever, but who are you dedicating that to at the end of the day? Like, are you being thankful for the fact that the Most High gave you this to do? Or are you literally just like, oh, I'm just like working, making money, and that's great and all? You're working, making money, but are you dedicating what your blessings back to the person that gave them to you? And when I say person, we're made in his image, right? So he's got feelings, emotions, things he probably go through too. Not probably like regular humans, but like he can relate. Obviously, he created you. He searches your heart, so he knows like if you're genuine, your intentions, things like that. So you don't think it would be important to kind of get when they say give it to God, right? Because they call him God. He's Yahweh for me. But I'm just trying to be in a relatable tone for those who don't, identify him that way yet. That is his name, though. So I was like, well, think about being relatable and having consideration for somebody else. Would you want somebody walk around calling you something else? I mean, of course, you love them. You'll be like, okay, because we all give, our loved ones nicknames and stuff. But is that even a nickname that he chose? It's like, think about how you would feel if people were calling out to you all the time, whining and crying, and they calling you by the wrong name. It's like, do I answer? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. It kind of get like that. And it's like, because you're sometimey with him. So why the heck should he be consistent at one time with you? So I found that by calling him by his name, he likes it. You can feel it. I don't know how to explain it. It's a feeling. So if you know, you know, but it's a feeling. He loves it. Call his name, okay? Tell him how much you love him. In Hebrew, try to learn Hebrew. Let's get back to the roots, okay? Love in Hebrew is ahava. So just tell him ahava, and you'll feel that spark. I don't know how to explain it, but he likes it. The tingle. That lets you know if you're connected. That lets you know you're a part of him. He's a part of you. And cleanse your temple, okay? Because imagine him sitting there in your temple watching you do the things that you do. Yeah, okay, so if you look at it like that, then maybe some people will start getting themselves in alignment and stop being out there all ratchet and trifling. So, another song that's channeling through is Mary J. Blige. This is one of my favorite songs. I remember when I was young and I was driving a car. Well, driving in a car. My mama was driving me, rolling me all over the car like crazy. My mom's a Sag. Just pedal to the metal, okay? Red horse appropriate. We flying down the street and this song comes in. So at first I'm all like shattered, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. This is it. I'm praying. I'm in the backseat. I don't even know what I'm praying about, but I just knew how to pray. So I was just sitting back there like, oh, if I get up out of this, like I need some sort of something, like my young little life is about to be cut short. And I think she came out with this album in 96, don't quote me on that, or 97, so I was about 6 or 7. I'm a 90s baby, I sure am. And it came in with that little bounce. You know, we like the little bounce. So I'm sitting in the back like, oh, okay, this might not be so bad if I'm gonna expire here. And it was that song, I Love You. And it starts off doom 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 doom. Do 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 do. Ding 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 ding, do 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 do. All those pretty memories. I know you can hear me now. For the record, I love you. I love you. All those pretty memories. I know you can hear me now. For the record, I love you. I love you. And I was just like, oh, okay. So Mary J. Blige, and she's been very vocal, so you know how we are. So I'm just gonna start with the reading. Seven of Pentacles, perception beyond the veil of illusion, and the air element. Okay, so this is funny. You have Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy, okay? So it talks about investments, it talks about planting seeds, it talks about reaping harvest, reaping what you sow. So a lot of us know definitely about that, watering your garden. Some of you guys could be about to plant a garden or into gardening. I definitely am. I made a whole garden. Funny story, my great grandmother, her name was Earlene. She's deceased. Her name was Earlene Suggs, January 1st, another Capricorn. She taught me a lot of things, like, you know, when they say root work, it has a negative connotation. But there are definitely healthy things. Apothecary is called. So you order a book of apothecary, it tells you what you can do with roots. That's a positive connotation of root work, okay? That's the original roots of the root work apothecary. So basically all the roots, plants, like the vegetables, the seasonings that you have, oregano, thyme, rosemary, you know, etc., parsley, basil, those are plants. They start off plants, you dry them, and then you can use them as seasoning, or you can use them fresh. Fresh, they have more of the stronger of the properties. Sometimes they are better dried. And you can use that root of the plant for different things, treating different ailments. So that's a level of apothecary. So, and I have to order my book. But I'm getting ready to go on vacation, so I'll probably do that when I get back. So apothecary talks about what different roots and or plants you can mix together, berries as well, to create like antioxidant properties and things that treat different ailments in your body, including like cancers and diseases. So these are things that they put in a pill and they give it back to you, and they basically high sell you something you could been growing and doing yourself. And it's like, because you get so reliant upon this pharmaceutical medicine, you kind of forget those things. Because a lot of times, I mean, you look at medicine now, especially here in the United States where I am, you about to be home self-treating yourself anyway, because they gonna tell you they don't have no treatment for that. And what they fail to, a lot of the medical professionals now are going back to the roots, because they're like, all right, there's got to be a better way. So now they're rediscovering what the information, the knowledge that we lost. And so I think it's a positive. I think it's a positive direction to kind of go back, because they say, like, knowledge, you can always learn from history, or you're bound to repeat yourself. And as you can see, some of these old illnesses are coming back around the bend. So I mean, and they're also possibly mutated. So we definitely have to get smarter about our habits, okay? And especially in our society where we're all kind of packed together now, like pack rats here, around pack rats, and like, and I won't say that I'm not, like, I don't be having a lot of stuff, because I definitely do. But I have a method to my madness, and a lot of the stuff that I have is like reusable. I can't stand littering. So that brings to mind the Seven of Pentacles are also, because quick story, and we're good at stories and parables. I have a garden on the side of the building where I live. It's a family building, and basically I tilled my garden, re-soiled it, brought in new vegetable, fresh soil with the manure in there, and it was ready to go. I planted all my seeds in there, watered it, and then I end up having to get a net to put over my garden, turn it into my little, like, Garden of Eve, I called it, my Eden. Because my neighbors, next door neighbors, I don't know what their issue was, but they were throwing trash and cigarette butts and all kinds of glass and condoms, all kinds of like nasty stuff, and trying to throw it into my garden. So when I put that net over there, all that stuff would like fall on. Like, I found panties, all kinds of stuff would fall on the top of the net, and I just was thinking, like, what's the, so those are seeds they're planting, those are seeds different people are planting, but it's like those are negative seeds, and of course they didn't take root because they didn't fall into my garden. But obviously over the winter time, when the net falls down or the snow defeats it, basically, like, when I pull, I get to going back there to like start again, because I was gonna do that. Then that wintertime hit us real hard again. It was stuff, all that stuff was like back there, and it's like, but towards that side of the house, like, if you're by the area where you would throw trash in the garden, there's large trash cans right in the back in the alley, because the garden is literally like, it's like on the side of the building, then here's the backyard, then here's the trash cans. So you couldn't walk like less than a couple of feet to go throw your stuff in the trash. You couldn't go smoke your cigarettes over there, or put them out nearby you and throw them in put a little bag there, because that's your little smoking spot. It's like no consideration for other people. So it's like those are the seeds that you want to plant, and then that it obviously blow back, because I'm from Chicago. And I'm in Chicago obviously right now. We're in a windy city. That wind is gonna blow that trash back, and a lot of people getting smacked right in the face with the trash. Rightfully so, because what? Like, you're littering, your kids are now growing up living in trash. That's what you want? Like, okay, that's the seeds you wanna cast out, wanna cash. So I'm not trying to cash my pearls before any swine, because you want to live like a swine, you gonna be the swine, okay? And that's how you gonna be treated. So it is what it is. How you gonna go into the kingdom acting like that? You're not going, obviously. So you reap what you sow, okay? The seeds that you put out, the seeds that you are watering or not watering, on being being obstinate and weird, like, that's what you're gonna get back. And the Most High had a parable. He said it best: the wheat and the chaff. So he's tilling his garden too, and he gonna clean up his backyard, and then the rest, I mean, it is what it is. Some of them might move, some of our own people might lose their spots and their seats being trashy. It is what it is. And you want to give your spot away, good for you. That's on you. All right, we're going to read Perception, Beyond the Veil of Illusion, card number 39. So That's Taurus. This is Taurus energy. Card number 3 is the Empress card. Card number 9 is Hermit, which is Virgo energy. So that's another earth sign. Very perceptive. Empress energy is Taurus as well as Libra energy. So we have here, and it's like the scales, the seeds, all of those are parables for equal give and take. Okay, so we have 7 here, like toil and labor, like what you put in and what you dedicate your time to is what you're gonna get out. So if you dedicate most of your time to being evil and wicked, what do you think you're gonna resonate with? So, perception, beyond the veil of illusion, and 7 of pentacles. And then we have the air element, so that basically resonates to me because that would be like Libra energy. But air also encompasses Gemini, and it also encompasses Aquarius. Okay, so we say we are in the, like, going towards the North Node. We talk about the era of Aquarius. Okay, so a lot of that resonates. So you take it however it resonates for you. But we got Taurus here, we got perception here, and we have the air element. So I'm going to read. So we have earth and air. Okay, I am going to read here the book for perception. Card number 39. Beyond the veil of illusion. The lady featured on this card looks directly at the observer. She radiates love and wisdom, yet stands firmly in her own truth. From this standpoint, she is able to see beyond the veil of illusion. She has shown up in your reading today to reflect these same qualities within you. You are advised to stand your ground with regards to a particular person or issue. Stand with your own truth and don't be swayed by another's beliefs, opinions, or views. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. Trust your intuition and gut feeling on this one. Be true to yourself. You can respect another's views without having to change your value systems. If it doesn't align with your values, then don't take it on. Okay? So that's about wisdom. Wisdom is also air energy as well. Wisdom is also earth energy. Okay? Because you can't grow anything if you have no wisdom to do it. If you're not, and also if you're not willing to put the time, effort, and energy into it. Okay? So what you put most of your time, effort, and energy, that's what you're going to produce. Okay, let's go here. So I'm just winging it what you guys was reading because I be obedient to how I feel. Like, the message is like when it's genuine and authentic, you get a feeling, you get a nudge, you get a pull. And I just go with that, like, versus doing things a certain way. I was doing it in a certain spread, but when I get the urging and the pull, I'm just gonna go with that, because my intuition has not steered me wrong at all. Okay, 2 of Swords, Libra energy. Card number 24, eternal love, happiness, harmony, and fulfillment. And Mary J. Blige just popped up again. Like, okay, girl. My love, my love, my love, my love. And the sunshine, if you look in my life, you'll see what I see. La 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 la. If you look in my life, you'll see what I see. Let me get this lit back up. La 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 la. If you look in my life, you'll see what I see. Life can be only what you make it. Baby, take your time. You should never fake it. Say what's on your mind, and you'll find in time that all the negative energy, it'll all cease, and you'll be at peace with yourself. Look at that, ain't that beautiful? You won't really need no one else, yeah, except for the man above, and he will show you love. Girl, okay. 7 of Water. That is the 7 of Cups card we have here. we have eternal love, happiness, harmony, and fulfillment, and the Two of Swords. So some of you guys could have been at a stalemate, like what makes me happy? What will make me happy? Okay. Card number 2 and 4. 2 is the High Priestess, which is Pisces. We are in Pisces season now. And 4 is Aries energy, obviously, Emperor energy. Also for April. So 4 and Aries, they kind of coincide. Let's see how that go. So 2 and 4. 2 plus 4 is actually 6, which is Gemini energy, and that's air energy. 7 of Cups, 7 of Water. As you can see here, this man throwing a rock in the water to see, how it's going to turn out, what waves is going to be produced. The 7, and I like this 7 of Water card because in the original tarot deck, it has the person looking at the different cups, and one's got a snake head, one's got this, one got that. But in this one, the water has different depth levels, and he's tossing a rock in there to see where it lands. So we got the dark waters all the way up to the clear waters, all the way up to shallow waters that are kind of rocky, right? Appropriately. So I like this 7 of Cup card, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you look at that, it's a mountain of rocks here. That's 7 rocks. That's almost like the 7 chakras in balance. At that very top of the rock, you can't really see it, and I keep it kind of not that bright here in my spot because I do a lot of electronic work and bright lights, also staring at a computer. I like to just dim it down a little bit for my eyesight purposes, a nice balance. There's a snake at the top. So I think that's very like on top of the rocks of the chakra system. So I think that's very appropriate for the 7 of Cup card because it's basically you're throwing a rock, probably the rock that was at the top of this, and now the snake has replaced that rock. And you're trying to see where that rock is going to land. Is it going to land in shallow? Is it going to go into the deep waters? And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like, no, 7. There's 7 levels of the water, and they're all different colors, right? They're all also like different colors, but some of them look kind of similar, right? But you can see this blue is different from that blue, that's different from that blue, that's different from the blue that's all the way at the bottom. So basically, what I'm getting from the 7 of Cups is like, you choose, because the Most High also said it better. He talked about dark waters, and he talked about crystal clear waters with the generations. You choose within your own generation, do you want to represent these dark, evil, wicked waters where everybody else doing it, so I guess, wicked people winning, so I guess I'll just join the team with them, and put on the little snake hat on the top of my crown chakra and let the snake wrap itself in there and eat eat my crown and wear my crown and then share my crown? Or do I choose high alignment and fulfillment? So that's the path that you could take. That's that 2 of Swords. That to me is also like paths. It's almost like that between a rock and a hard place is what we like to call it in my culture, right? And it's like caught between a rock and a hard place. It's also 2 of Swords in the original tarot deck. There's a woman sitting there in the same spot where 2 swords crossing her, and that's Libra energy. If you think about it, it's like the tale of two. It's almost like the power of twos, the tale of two cities, or the lesser of two evils, or it's all those type of parables you can think of where you have 2 directions you can go, and you can either choose to go in eyes wide open, or you can go in eyes wide shut. Like, oh, I'll just put the blindfold on and I'll just go with the flow because like everybody else is winning, doing whatever they're doing, and so I'm just gonna do that, and I could be winning with them until I'm not winning. And then what, you're gonna switch over and try to go onto the quote unquote winning team. At this point, there is gonna be only one winning team, and you're just gonna be stuck. And you see that wolf behind her, right? So it's like at some point you're gonna turn and go on that wicked path, and you're gonna get gobbled up by that wolf. Or the wolf is going to be a guidance or ancestor for you and guide you and continue to watch you on the right path. Or you can look at it like the wolf is always going to be following you, monitoring you like a monitor spirit, because the moment you step out of line and do something, that's very wicked and irresponsible, the wolf can take you down, okay? So she's standing there, she has a candle, and the candle is on two different rocks here. So yeah, it's two paths that appear to be lit, and you have to make a decision. She has the sword in her hand behind her back, because in that position, you can trust your intuition based on all your life experiences, air energy, based on the things that you've seen, based on others' life experiences as well. And you can make a decision which route you want to take. It may not necessarily be lesser two evils. It also may be like one route is hard, the road less traveled, the narrow pathway. It may appear to be the wrong way because it's so difficult, but it's actually the right way. So, you take that how it resonates. So that's air and water energy. And we're going to read Eternal Love. Yes, from the Gaia spread. 24. Something is resolved soon. A new page is turned as a concern you have dissolves and gives way to a period of sunshine. The time to relax and enjoy life free of the worry and doubt that have cast a gray shadow over your life for the past few weeks. During the coming month or so, try to spend some time in nature. Allow yourself to reconnect with Gaia's nurturing and healing power. Immerse and surround yourself in her natural beauty, for she will help you restore your balance, harmonize your energy centers, and replenish your body, mind, and spirit. It may be difficult for you to switch off at first, but after a few days, as your thoughts slow down, you will settle into a new and more relaxed rhythm. Make the most of this opportunity while you can. So I definitely can resonate with that, because today the sun was shining and I was just feeling like, ooh. And then I got real, my clients and my work, my career. I was like, I was getting like, ooh, okay. So, but in the end, I will be going on vacation again. So that's so much for being blessed. I would highly recommend you cleanse your money, okay? Because they say money is the root of all evil, but abundance is also created by the Most High, because they wouldn't be able to create any of this money if it wasn't for his natural resources provided by Mother Gaia. Thank you, okay? So he is the root of all. He's the root, the solution for all the problems. So give it back to him. Let him follow the trail and deal with whatever he's got to deal with, or whoever he's got to deal with. So I cleanse my money. Follow the money, okay? So, hated or love it, the underdogs on the top. And I'm going to shine. I don't know. That's Cancer. That's 50 Cent. He's a Cancer. So, that came through. I don't know. You could be dealing with a Cancer, know a Cancer. They're supposed to be the opposite sign for Capricorn. I know some Cancers. I never really had problems with them. If they had problems with me, I mean, I would say we're both probably intuitive signs. I can get their emotions. But they need to balance them. They can get our, I don't know, I think that we come off as aloof to them. But the crazy thing is, Capricorns do have that fin at the bottom in our sign. So technically, that means we kind of embody a lot of earth and water, but maybe more so along the Pisces line. Who knows? Just a little, Ace of Wands, Sacred Journey, Life Cycles, Family Transformation, card number 22, and 10 of Air, Gemini energy. Just the 10 of Swords, okay? So, some of you guys could have got betrayed by a Gemini. But the worst is already over. Whatever happened, happened. there was this spearheaded you to go on your sacred journey, or some of you know a Gemini that got betrayed. Some of you know or are sending a Gemini off for their sacred journey. I can say personally, what resonates with me, my little brother is a Gemini, my baby brother, my only brother on my mommy's side, and he is getting ready to go to college. So that Ten of Swords is not all doom and gloom. Okay, this is him ending one chapter of his life of being a young, I guess you could say, a docile boy, and turning into a man, a young adult man who's gonna be responsible for himself. He's gonna be going into university, and he is going to be um, it's gonna be his time to start his own life, budget his own money, like step into actual adulthood and start adulting. So I would look at this Ten of Swords as him ending one chapter of his life and starting another. So the worst is over, and he's gonna be going on his sacred journey, starting college, and wherever that takes him, I am going to be rooting for him. I'm going to be there while he transitions all of the way. I put a lot of time, effort, and energy in. My mom put a lot of time, effort, and energy in, and he's ready. So Ace of Wands. I say that because I see the Ace of Wands here. So it's like fresh starts, work, going towards your path, your purpose, your path, embodying that fire, that spark of the divine. Because the Ace of Wands, that inspiration, those that comes from that fire energy, that inspiration, that comes from the Most High. Now, on the negative aspect, because I have to give both, some of you guys could have started your sacral journey with going on a path of lust, because that could also represent the phallic, and it led to nothing but betrayals after betrayals after betrayals. Look, all the birds are laying there on the floor, expired. So and during their youth. So you could have lost a lot of people in the youth that didn't make it to the like older bird stage. A lot of people could have been taken out. My condolences. Maybe you got survivor's guilt. You're the only one left. It could be for a masculine, definitely. If I mentioned that's like a phallic. Um, some of you guys could be aged and haven't really, you know, went on your sacred journey, passing through different life cycles, ending one situation or family type of situation, going into another, transforming your life. But transformation is always a good thing, because if you weren't living right, I mean, why would you want to stay the same? Life is a physical journey through time and space, yet it is also a spiritual journey that transcends both time and space. Physically, we are born of the earth, to the earth we shall return. Yet spiritually, we are never born and we never die. We never come and we never leave. This card reminds you that we are each so much more than our physical realities. In fact, from our soul's perspective, this current life is just one page in a never-ending book, which is the eternal story of life. We are all characters in a play, and we have each chosen different roles. Your family is a central part of this journey. Each member plays their respective role. Each member your co-star and partner. Each play is designed for maximum dramatic effect. Otherwise, it would all get very boring. In effect, we are all actors. We each required to play our role as well. It is through our human drama we expand our understanding of love. The different roles we play and the people we encounter help us grow. Through drama, we come to understand just how sacred life is. Thank your soul for the journey. Okay? So your soul signed up to go through certain things in order to spark an awakening. Okay? So you can look at it like that. A divine spark to help you wake up to what your actual soul journey, purpose in life, and things like that is. If you always felt like, you didn't know. And funny story. I love stories. Y'all love stories. So my mom did not believe that my little brother was going to want to go to college, was interested in college. I said he's going. And he's going. So, there we have it. So, let's start here. Alright, 5 of Cups, apprehension, and 6 of Earth. Okay, So we have the Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with that or have that in your chart. Same for any of the other signs mentioned. And other fire signs, when I mentioned that spark, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So Five of Cups talks about remorse, embarrassment. It could also talk about shame. It could also talk about repentance. Because you see this person in the cloak with that star on the back. It talks about you see these cups in this card are all like red, spilled wine, crying over spilled milk. This one is like, it could be these situations, these friendships resulted in a lot of pain, betrayal, bloodshed unnecessarily. There are still two cups remaining in the hand, which are actually under these clear, crystal clear waters here. So some of you guys could be going through a transformation, repenting, and choosing to, with the cups remaining, fill them up with pure, clear water, because these ones spilled over created nothing but bloodshed, hardship. You see there's actually a little red fish here that's like spilt over on the floor. Um, and we have with that apprehension card number 18, which would be the moon card, which talks about fears, fears, facing your fears, secret hidden information that's actually being illuminated, but it's illuminated. If you think of the illumination of the moon, it goes at a slower pace to help you have time to process your emotions, right? It's also that fertility type of energy. It's also, they associate it a lot with feminine energy. So it's really just like facing your fears, the like any hangups or apprehensions you may have with feminine energy or embracing feminine nature. And then we have the Six of Earth with this Taurus energy again. So that talks about equal give and take. It's also, people say it's the dating card. It's also, as you can see here, like this person is working very hard tilling. They're getting prepared to till the soil. So preparation, um, community organization, community service, support, um, like utilizing resources appropriately, divvying out resources appropriately. So some of you guys could be regretting how you divvied out resources before. Maybe it resulted, or you were kind of questioning or fearing or doubting divvying out resources for fear of lack. It's kind of like a lack mentality mindset. It's weird with it being with the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is more like, well, you're giving out enough to the degree because you have enough that you're comfortable giving, like equal give and take. You're getting back what you put out with this apprehension and this Five of Cups. These are kind of two different energies for me. One's earth sign anyway. 18 is the moon, is water, so Cancer, Pisces, and Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, but it looked like it's embodying the Scorpio energy. So, and this person has a red star on their back. So maybe, I mean, you could take it how it resonates. I'm not gonna put nobody's business out there, so I'll just say this is what the card looks like. She's laying there. I'll cover her up. So maybe some of you guys needed covering. Six of Pentacles can be like covering, like a tent covering. You look at the original Rider-Waite tarot. There's a man there. He's giving a pentacle to this person and two over here. And there's the scales and I believe in both hands, and there's one pentacle for the person. So it's three on one side, two on the other side, and one in the middle for the individual. So it is shaped like a tent covering, okay? Because, I like to say the Most High Yahweh is the tent. You go under Him for shelter, refuge, and peace, okay? Restoration. It's time to get going. There's nothing to fear. Take the first step. Just do it, and you will find that all will work out for you. The longer you procrastinate, the harder it will be. It's understandable you feel unsure of yourself. The first step is sometimes the hardest. You have much to offer, and you will realize this as you move out into the world. Be brave. Even if you initially make mistakes, you will be well received. Treat every day as a learning experience. As your confidence increases, so too with your self-esteem and success. You are a sincere and beautiful person. Do not doubt yourself. So maybe some of you guys are doubting yourself, having self-esteem issues. You need to work on that, and it looks like you are working on that. So I feel like that's going to pay out. You do have to repent for the things that you did. Forgive us for, not what we do, but in the things that you know what you do. Come on, take accountability now. This ain't that. This is not, well, we're going to act that Two of Swords energy. Okay, well, you can sit there and then you'll be stuck just like that chick on the car, because she definitely can't move nowhere being tied and bound up. So you take your pick. I would rather get the move on, Okay. Funny enough, when I mentioned that Two of Cups card, and now you can see like my lighter, but you see that spark? Isn't that cool? But it won't light up anymore, so I guess it's like out of, what do they say? What's in here? Fluid? Lighting fluid? First time it went out, that thing's been lasting a very long time, like about a year or so. Eight of Swords, Gemini energy, card number 33, healing, reconnecting with your true nature in the earth element, which, I told you I'm in my earth energy. Eight of Swords, Gemini, card number 33, 3, Empress energy, Libra and Taurus, okay, and earth. So I guess that means you take it as Taurus, but you do got the Eight of Swords here for Libra energy, even though that's Gemini energy. So let's go. Healing. Some of you guys could be healing, stuck mentality mindset, because this person is like tied up, bound up, and blindfolded, and they're in the middle of swords. And the negative connotation is you're not moving forward. You're stuck. You're stuck in your mind, stuck in life, trapped, bound up, being restricted by. He's got like two circles on his hand, like contracts you may have jumped into, signed, that have you bound, obligations you may have made that have you bound, things you may have done in life that have you spiritually bound. But the reality is that this person can walk forward, because the sword, the opening is right there. So they're actually stuck because they have a blindfold on. If they took the blindfold off, they would realize they could just walk straight forward through the swords. So, but healing, that does take healing. Because when you think you're stuck somewhere, it's really because you're refusing to face. That's that apprehension. You're refusing to face some hard truths that once you face them and get over the drama of it, as they mentioned in that other card, you'll realize that, why was I standing there that whole time when I could have been walking into the land of milk and honey? I'm literally standing there with the fire, and you see the bull behind that. So that's definitely, it reminds me of Taurus energy. I'm sitting over here being the sacrificial calf, and I could have just walked through the two swords. That's kind of, yeah. The lady featured on this card has journeyed far and wide, searching for happiness, which she has failed to find. Confused and tired, she surrenders and retreats to her inner sanctuary, a space of light inside her heart, where she discovers a deep sense of peace. She rediscovers and reconnects her true nature by letting go of all that is superficial in her life. She reflects on her past now is able to see what is true and what is false, what is real and what is illusion. In the stillness of her heart, she hears a whisper, a message of love. Her heart is grateful for her return. Over the past months, you have inadvertently steered off course, gradually losing sight of what is truly important, and without realizing it, losing touch with the real you. It's time for you to reconnect and rediscover your true essence and your inner child. Stop searching externally, look within, and you will rediscover the magic. Okay? So some of you guys need to get grounded, earth energy, right? Tap back into who you are. That's your abundance center, and I always tell people, whatever you're going through that's got you stuck and bound in that Eight of Swords energy, it's a heart condition. So if you are not true and in tune with your like authentic self, and you're being fake and superficial, you're not going to manifest anything. You're going to stay at a standstill, stuck, because your heart is not in a place to manifest. You're not happy manifesting. You're not positive manifesting. You're literally just going in a loop, in a cycle. And how are you gonna, who has ever accomplished anything worthwhile going in a circle? I'll leave that there for you. If you were literally like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire, and then you start walking around your block and around your block and around your block, and that goes towards that whole like drug dealer type of mentality. I don't know why that's coming up, but if that's some of you guys' situation, Eight of Swords is jail also. So that leads to one place. Five of Cups, spilled milk, death. Ace of Wands, no new beginning. But that could also represent a body, okay? Because the flesh, okay? Eight of Swords, jail. So those lead one path, right? But you want to keep walking around the same block. That's all you see your whole life. Okay, well, you see how you manifest being a millionaire in jail. Yeah, okay. Next, right here, Three of Swords, Libra energy, a jewel within a teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. Card number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and salamanders, okay? So that's kind of, I was talking about that, but Three of Swords, heartbreak, third party situations, disappointment, yeah, it's literally just trauma, emotional trauma, disappointments. And this one says it's appreciation. You learn a lot in heartbreaks and disappointments because they teach you the best lessons. Especially if you're in salamander energy, which this is a card that talks about like being two-faced, being fake, shifting wherever, like blending into whatever background you need to blend in. You can barely even see the salamander, but it's there with fire. It's like planting little sparks. You're not even planting seeds because you can't, like, if you burn the seed and then plant it, how is it gonna grow? It's burnt. It's dead. It's dead root. So it can't grow. You didn't water the seed, you burnt the seed. So and that's because you're sparking little communications, and like fire energy is like you're like action oriented. You're doing things here, there, blending in, just trying to be a part of the crowd and this and that and the other, and gossip and all of that. Okay, like the salamanders like that. Oh, like what's going on? Who's here? What's happening? You know, like that. Oh, let me slide into the background vibe. Okay, and then once you get exposed and everybody sees your stripes, now what? You're not really blending in. Now you're vulnerable to the people that's after you, right? And on top of that, like that's how you end up with this Three of Swords, because salamanders still have hearts. And maybe cold-blooded lizards, maybe they don't have hearts. I don't know. I have to look that up. I'm gonna look it up right now. Do salamanders have hearts? I'm gonna look that up. I believe they do, but yeah, they have hearts. They typically, as amphibians, they typically possess a three-chambered heart. Look at that, three-chamber heart. If I can't make this up, look at that. Three-chamber heart consisting of two atria and one ventricle. This structure allows them to pump blood to their lungs and body with the ability to regenerate heart muscle, a unique trait. Some lungless species may have simplified heart structures. So they can regenerate. So you can bounce back with this, whatever you did, but you have to have appreciation, spiritual, and emotional reconnection. So everything has to align. If you're not in alignment, you're always going to end up back into this energy, continuously having to regenerate your heart because you don't have appreciation for spirituality and which is emotional connection, because it's a heart condition. I said that it's a heart condition. You cannot fool the Most High. You're not going to trick yourself or be any type of trickster, weird spirit thinking you're going to the land of milk and honey. First of all, if you drink milk and honey, all its fire is going out. Then what are you going to look like? You're not going to sneak your way into the kingdom. It's just not going to happen. People are going to be able to see right through you. There's like literally, people are going to see right through you. You can see, you're going to be able to see that three of swords heart. So how is that going to, this is air and fire energy. Like, there's no way. Come on now. Folks need to get it together. You will soon experience a strong spiritual and emotional bond with another person, a family member, an animal, or a pet. During this time, you will also reconnect with your innermost feelings and true nature, which have been suppressed or ignored of late. This is a deeply emotional time where tears of sadness transform to tears of joy. Your appreciation of life, love, and friendships will strengthen as you give thanks for the many blessings in your life. Love is truly all around you. Embrace it, cherish it, and honor it. You and those you love unite through a common bond, and the love you feel for one another grows stronger and more profound. This is a special and magical time. Be sure to savor each and every moment. Love is all that really matters. So I got the symphony behind me, the Leo barking. I think he's a cusper with a Cancer, and the Scorpio. Just bear with me. This one, since I grabbed it. King of Swords, Ganesha, which says clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. And 3 of Earth, which is our energy, collaboration, teamwork, make the dream work. Card number 31 on Ganesha, which is Empress energy. And card number 1 is the Magician with the King of Swords, which would be Libra, Gemini, or Cancer energy. The Magician is actually Gemini energy. So a lot of Gemini energy popping out. Okay. So with this Ganesha, clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. So maybe teamwork makes the dream work, collaboration. Some of you guys could be collaborating with one. I mean, they seem to be surrounding me, so I don't know. It resonates, though. I will say that. Because I got a little baby brother, 2 baby on my dad's side as well. He's about to be a year coming up in June 7th. My other brother's going to be 18, June 16th. One of the most worshipped deities in the Hindu pantheon has shown up in your reading today as an omen of good fortune. Whatever has thwarted your progress or prevented you from moving forward will soon be resolved. An obstacle is cleared and you are free to move on. Your plans are now able to come to fruition. Know that everything happens for a reason. The blockages you have faced were in fact a blessing in disguise, an act of divine intervention. Timing and circumstances were previously not favorable, and your efforts would have ended in disappointment and failure. The path is now clear and the timing is right. Your stars are in alignment. The stars alignment, okay? 3 of Pentacles, King of Swords, honesty, wisdom. A King of Swords upright, speaks the truth. Very clear cut, straight. He's very wise. He done been through it. So you see how he's like holding that sword, like, come on over here. Come on over here. And when you think of a good King of Swords energy, that would be like Solomon. King Solomon in the Bible is like he could see through the BS. He would test the spirits. He would test the individuals, what their heart was all about. I believe one story that stood out to me was the man, with the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, let's do a story time. King Solomon, right? There was a man that came into Jerusalem, and he had a bag of coins. It was something of that nature. And he basically was trying to say that somebody stole his coin bag. And it was found by a local, like an Israelite. Could have been of the tribe. I forgot which tribe it was from, but I know it was a tribal member. And they went before King Solomon, and that tribal, the one who the individual, the traveler, visitor, you can call him, was trying to say that this person stole it, and then Solomon asked, well, what was in it? What was actually in it probably was something like this 3 of Pentacles, but they tried to say it was more. The other person So then Solomon asked the other person, well, what did you actually find? And they said it was a coin pouch with like this 3 of Pentacles in there. And the other person, he's like, oh, so you're saying it's like 6? It was something like that, or like 4. And the visitor was like, yeah, the pouch, like somebody stole my pouch, or or this person, somebody stole my pouch, or this person found my pouch, and it had 4 in there. And so Solomon was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, give me that pouch. That ain't your pouch then. So you get none. Goodbye. Get out of here in the kingdom. And the tribal member got to keep it because he's honest. Like, hey, it's 3. So Solomon checked it. Yeah, it's 3. And the visitor left with no money because he tried to be greedy and say, oh, no, it's extra in there, because he thought King Solomon was going to order that tribal member to give him back his pouch and add in something extra than what he had. So, yeah, no. He said, no, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that mess. Coming in here with that foolery. So he was trying to manifest the extra pentacle. It wasn't happening. That wasn't teamwork. No dream work. It was done. Ganesha, one of the most worshipped deities in Hindu. Oh, yeah. I read that. Next. King of Swords. Telling the truth. Honest. Integrity. Love it. Temperance. Sagittarius energy popped out. Card number 19, which is the Sun, Leo energy, eternal dance, movement, will of life, path of least resistance, and 10 of fire, Sagittarius energy, which is like the 10 of wands. Okay? She make it? She is a little bit of make it. So this is the temperance, how temperance looks here. Okay? And I love it, because it's almost like the Fool card a little bit, but it's balancing, standing on a mountain, pouring water back and forth into the cup. Here's that card. This is the eternal dance, which that is kind of like an eternal dance, right? And then this is the 10 of wands. This is also like an eternal dance, right? Okay. So, first of all, let's go read card number 19, and then I'll tell you what I'm getting from this. Because this is the last spread parts. Well, that's not the last, the overall, but the lady featured on this card feels completely at one with nature. She is in tune with the rhythm of the earth and her changing cycles. She does not resist the forces of nature, but moves gracefully with the wind. Yet, though her body sways with the wind, she is not swayed from her path, for her feet are firmly planted in the earth. She remains poised, dignified, and balanced. She is shown up in your reading today to help you loosen up and feel the rhythm of life. You will benefit greatly if you allow yourself to be a bit more flexible. Be open to new ideas. Accept that it is natural for things to change. Do not resist life's natural flow. If the path you are on seems to be all uphill, then find another way. There are many ways to get to where you want to go, so find the way that offers the least resistance. Life does not need to be as difficult as you are making it. It is often easier to dance your way through rather than trying to push your way through. Try it. Now, I would be careful with that, because you can dance your way through life. You can also dance your way right into the grave, the dance of the dead. You can dance yourself right off a cliff. And if you burn up your feet with this 10 of wands and you take on more than necessary, that could also defeat the purpose of you finding an appropriate balance in life. That's the temperance energy. Everything has to be an appropriate balance. You put in too much emotion in to the cup. Like, if this cup just stays like this and it's just pouring, eventually it's going to overfill. When it overfills, right, then the water hits the ground, a tree could grow up. And while this individual remains firmly planted and rooted into this tree, if the tree burns down, this individual dies with the tree as well. So I hate to be like very graphic or whatever, but that part in that book, I don't like the way that with these other cards, it's like on the one hand, yeah, but everything is in moderation. And if you do it in excess and you're just like, yeah, let's just be flexible, you turn into that salamander. And then is the salamander definitely actually rooted into the earth? It's an illusion. right? That's 7 of Cups. So you're not rooted into the earth. You're actually just sitting on it and staying stuck there, thinking you're blending into the background because you want to shield yourself from your enemies. But some of your energies have energy that can spot you. So they're looking at you the whole time. Because we can see salamanders even if they're blending in. And what if it doesn't matter if they see you? What if they step on you because they're just bigger than you? So you're going to stay standing there, like stuck, trying to blend in because you're rooted in the tree? And I mean, you see how she's rooted in, but she can literally be cut out by that King of Swords. She can be cut out of the tree. She can be exiled. So you got to be careful because look at this guy walking. Look, this is a burnt tree. He's walking on coal with his feet on the fire. And he's literally stepping on these hot stones that if you ever had a hot stone foot massage, them stones is not red. So I would be careful about just going with the flow and being flexible because you be flexible enough and you can compromise your own integrity, the things you stand for. Say stand for something or fall for anything. So be careful with that. Yes, be flexible. And then life isn't always uphill. But who said that going that narrow path was uphill? You wouldn't know unless you walked it. And sometimes if it's hard for a reason because the wide path is wide. All those people we already know which way they're going, and they're probably dancing there and running there themselves. So you take that how you resonate. The village. Look at that. The village is burning down. You see? That's exactly what I was talking about. Overall energy. So be careful because you light that fire and you could burn down your house, everybody's house, everybody in the village is just going down. Everybody's going down because you lit a fire. Kids, women, look at that, injured. Everybody's going down. Right? Causing chaos, conflict, destruction for what? Because you want it to be flexible, lighting fires or whatever. Yeah, is that worth it? Harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. This is more, to me, fluid. This card looks more authentic, and that's card number 3. Real Empress energy. This 19, she's a little bit too bound in there. It looks like that 8 of Swords card. This one's definitely more fluid, more natural Empress energy because she's still herself, but she's also creating beautiful roots that come from self. This other one is blending more into the tree. Like this one is becoming a tree. This one looks like an 8 of Swords. Look at this. Being flexible, think like it's like false light because this one's not even light. This one you can clearly see how light it is because she's still maintaining her authentic form. This one is turning into a tree. And look how dark it is. So it's like a false light. It's a false light. It's under card number 19 too. It's fake. You're turning into a tree. This one, look, you see the star on her chest? She's actually healing. You see that star? She's healing, right? Her heart. And that's naturally growing roots that is able to maintain her form. That's Empress energy overall. Next. The Fool, Aquarius energy. That's next. So taking a leap of faith, walk by faith, not by sight, right? Having a fresh start because after the village burns down, I mean, you got to leave out and go find, greener pastures, okay? So, the Most High will burn the village down if you are being hard-headed and obstinate and not listening. So, take it however it resonates, you guys. But thank you so much, and I will see you soon. I'm also going to post photos, photos that stood out from my travels, for my birthday travels. So, yeah. Also, last but not least, funny story. I went to the Nubia village in Luxor. I was in between Luxor and Aswan. I took a cruise ship there. And came to find out, they called me Queen Tia. So you should look it up. It's Queen Tiye. That is what they told me that I reminded them of. And she's obviously, well, I don't know if you can say obviously, but she was a Nubian queen, so of Egypt. So take that however it resonates. Maybe some of you guys need to look into your ancestry. But I'll talk to you later. Bye.